Hello, welcome to this tutorial of the Elementi software. In this video, we're going to take an ICS feed from the library in Elementi and use it to parse data from a calendar or an ICS file that we've created in Outlook. Keep in mind that you can use Google Calendar, Outlook, iCal, or other various applications that are listed in the support wiki. So I have my calendar here created in Outlook, and once you have that created, you can right click on the calendar and select Save As. Keep in mind this is Outlook 2007. Outlook 2010, I believe the Save As shows up in the top left of the software. Make sure when you save it as an iCal file, ICS file. And I've already saved it here in my Dropbox named Practice, so I'm going to cancel out of this. But I'm putting this on a web server or a Dropbox service, cloud-based service such as Dropbox or BoxWorks. Keep in mind if you're using Dropbox, make sure that you're using the public folder. So then I'm going to come into Elementi, and I've already added an ICS slideshow.svg. The feeds for ICS files can be found in the library. If you go to the root and go to feeds, you've got an ICS slideshow, ICS table, and ICS text bar available that you can use for your ICS file. In this instance, I'm using ICS slideshow. So I'm going to double click it to open it up. And then I'm going to double click where it says data source. Now I'm going to go back out to Windows Explorer to my Dropbox folder, public folder. Right click on the file that I just saved and select copy public link. And then I'm going to paste this public link into the URI of this window and then click OK. Now you see there's nothing appearing on the screen. So if that's the case, then the next thing to check is to go back into your data source, go to parser iCal, and this is basically how the parser filters the amount of information it wants to display, and it's time-based. So currently what's happening is it's starting the filter today, and it's ending the filter after 1 day. So it's only showing today's events. Well, if we look at our calendar, today's the 21st, there's nothing scheduled, so there's nothing going to be displaying. So I need to change this parser iCal. Let's change it to 2 days. When I click OK, we should have 2 events show up now, because we're showing these 2 days. So we have 2 events showing tomorrow, so they will scroll through in the item duration that you list here. You can change the parser iCal to be whenever you'd like. So if you wanted to show only today's events relative to the time it is currently, you could do that as well. You have a lot of flexibility in that filter. The next thing is you can customize the look and feel of your ICS slideshow as well as your ICS table to give it the look and feel that you want. The ICS text bar is solely text. ICS slideshow and ICS table allow you to place images and videos or enclosures into your feed, as well as have layer-based editing. So in the ICS slideshow, we go to layers, and as you can see, I can click on a layer and move it and size it how I want. So I'll just keep title the way it is now, but let's say I wanted to move the location over to the left side. I can do that, and then start date and start date long time and start date short time. So you can move the layers around to give it the look and feel that you'd like. The next thing I'll explain is these tags and how they function. If I were to open up one of these events, there are various fields that you can edit, and these associate with tags that you place in your layers of your ICS slideshow. The title is Cookout or Sales Meeting, depending on the event, and that corresponds to the subject line in Outlook. Location refers to the location. Start date and end date correspond to the start time and end time. And then this area of text right here is actually the description, which is not currently a layer in our ICS slideshow. So if I wanted to include the description, I could right click in the white space here, select Insert Text Layer. I'm going to place it in the bottom left. And I'm just going to make the font a little bit bigger and change it. And to get the description text to show up from the calendar event, it looks very similar to the other text layers. We're going to set the text layer to the 2 open square brackets, description, and then close the square brackets. And then when I click Save, it should tell me to come have a hot dog, or 5. And then I think the sales meeting, the sales meeting doesn't have a description. I didn't put it in there. Yes, it does. It doesn't. Now with the start date and end date, you have the ability to change the format that the time shows up as. So as you can see, we actually have 2 start date fields here, or tags, within the text layer. One of them displays the long date, which is where you see that May 22nd, 2014. And then you have the start date short time, which is telling you 3 p.m. or in the other calendar event 11 a.m. It's then followed by a hyphen and then the end date with a short time. So if I wanted to, I could actually change this text layer, which I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to change long date to full date. And watch how it changes. If you want a full listing of parameters that you can use, go to the support wiki and search search widgets in the support wiki, and it'll take you to the date widgets that you can look up this information for. I'm going to change it back. This application is very useful for conference centers or conference room scheduling, event room scheduling, and this is a great way to basically take an ICS file that you have, or a calendar that you've created, and parse the information into a simple way to display it on your digital signage. Thanks for watching this tutorial.